I'll sit here just like you are in the cart and you're driving it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 streets going away from the river, and this street and the original drive into here from the highway, so you know, the secondary road, and there's a few streets that join the roads that come off the river. They're only like maybe 2.5 blocks long. This house up here at the end was called the beehive, the honeybee, excuse me, hummingbird lady. And they used to have about 25 at least hummingbird feeders up there, and they were buying sugar about a 50-pound bag, enough that the government investigated them to see whether or not they were moonshining, I reckon. You see, this little street goes back, and it also goes out to the river. And you can always tell when it rained, because this bottom down here gets water in it. And that's the view, which is not really too bad, to be honest with you. You can see about 8 miles, 10 miles on a clear day. It's a little over a mile wide. This is the last of our community piers. This is a picnic area. We have like real grippy, knobby tires, and if you ride through the gravels, it picks them up, and that's what you're hearing when they hit the pavement. And if you think that you're going real fast, it's a GoPro that makes it do it. We're going uphill, and this cart wide open on flat ground with fresh batteries will only do 12 miles an hour. The sun has been exceptionally large the last few days. Look at that. Now I could get a lot of those leaves up from my garden. Just the leaves in those yards are covering my complete garden. And if you think it's bright on your eyes, we're having to shield their eyes. And that's a road that goes off to some private property where there are some cottages. And this is a field that they planted a cover crop to turn in. They grow soybeans and corn in it usually. This is an old farmhouse that somebody fixed up for a cottage. Get up here and turn at this road. We'll never have to worry about a flood. But that's a lot of steps to go up and down all day long and carry your groceries. A lot of people park their boats and don't cover them. That's a nice boat there that's just going to seed. And this this is the main pier. When the hurricane took it out, it cost $68,000 to put this one back up. That's our crabber guy on the boat in the water. And that's a little beach. We've got 3 little beaches. See, that's our cottage back over there. Back toward the sun. If I'd planned this out, I could have gone down the streets the opposite direction on all of them. And the vehicles parked here, that means the people live here full time. And there's quite a number of people. 25 years ago there probably was a handful, and now there's probably 20, maybe 20 or 30 people live down here all the time. And hopefully it won't be long before we'll be doing that. That's a gorgeous house that they built maybe 10 years ago. They had to put in a special septic system in the back to be able to make it work. And this guy took a cottage and made 2 stories out of it, did a beautiful job on it. And this one here enlarged the cottage, and that is a gorgeous job. That was built maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and that was built last year. They've got a pool in the back and a garage. And that there is a beautiful house. He has 3-car garage in the back and 4 garage bays there, a double and a single on his house. He sells golf carts for a living. Here's another beautiful cottage. This when I first started coming down here when we were dating and then got married, this was a farmland up here, and after a while the man died, probably, I don't know, 12, 15 years ago, and they sold these lots, and they sold in 2 weeks for $125,000 a piece. And the guys that cut our trees down, they've opened that up over there. He had a dead tree up here past this speed limit sign. That's a beautiful cottage too. And he has cleaned out a lot of dead trees in there for that man that he was worried that would fall on the house or fall on a little driveway they had in the back. This is a little separate association, but we're all together in the same association, but it's called different from what this side is. My wife was trying to correct me with a whisper. And this is the southernmost street in our little community. Put up a video of how I got up leaves for my garden, and this is where that area is that I showed in that video. And And you can only ride golf carts over here. And there is a marsh creek right there. And this is pier number 3. And you can see our jetties are falling apart. Now we're in partners on, we're on the middle one, and we're on partners on this one here on the other side. And their house is right there, and that's our neighbor. If I can get this around without having to go in reverse. And we cleaned this all up in the late spring, and there's a ton of people down here that use that as a picnic area. You see pine needles covering this road, and you come back up this hill, and we have made the loop. Well, there was one street we didn't show you. That's what's left of our garden. That's an old dead crabber. And that, my friends, is what people use a golf cart for. Or if you're going to see somebody else in the evening, you can go up there and not have to walk.